So we are going to start with sweet basil, one of my favorites, and this is of European descent. You are going to find also that the type of basil, where it's from is kind of what cuisine it goes best with. So basil will go best with different European dishes, and this is where I always think of pesto. Basil, pine nuts, and garlic, a little bit of lemon juice. Could not get a better immune booster in a food form. Super fun, and hopefully you will think about your pesto dishes a little differently from this time forward. Sweet basil is excellent to reduce heat in the body and acid in the blood. So perfect to integrate into those big meals. And if you're overindulging a little bit and feeling that you're taking in too many foods that cause acidity in the body, basil is a great herb to start integrating. It's also very helpful with indigestion, and what I like to do is steep it with fennel for a stomach soothing tea. So just take a cup, and this is a great post-meal tea, and add about 6 whole basil leaves. You can tear them up. Basil responds a little bit better when it's been torn versus chopped. So I would tear up the leaves, put them in the cup with about half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, and then pour the boiling water over. Cover, if you happen to have a teacup that has a lid, you can cover to kind of hold all the steam and the volatile oils inside the cup, and let that steep for about 5 minutes. And depending on the person, I like to leave my herbs in the cup while I drink it. A lot of them will sink to the bottom, so you don't really have to worry about them floating at the top. But you could also strain that and then serve it without the herbs inside also. And then another fun one, this is an old recipe that I found. I'm not exactly sure how old, but probably used within the past few hundred years. So it's outside of our generations. And it's a traditional fever-reducing tea, 1 ounce fresh basil leaves, torn. Again, a lot of these recipes, especially older recipes, you'll see the basil leaves, requested that they are torn instead of chopped. And then you add 3 black peppercorns. And this one you want to simmer a little bit in the hot water and then pour into a 16-ounce jar. So it's that 1 ounce of fresh basil, 3 peppercorns to 16 ounces. And then cover that and let it steep for a good 20 minutes. And you can, if somebody has a fever, you can let that chill down all the way so you're not serving them a hot beverage. So it's kind of more medium, warm, or even cool. And serve that as a fever-reducing medicinal tea. And note that a lot of these plants will have they will have more extensive properties. We're kind of covering the basics here. You can also dive into your own research on any one of these plants and learn a ton more. I could talk for an hour on each one. They're so amazing.